Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Salwa of Cape Malay Cooking and Other Delights. Today I'm making a chocolate Swiss roll. So follow my recipe and my video if you'd like to make one as well. Okay, so I'll start by lining a tray. It's about 30 centimeters by 40 centimeters tray, and it's a fairly flat tray. Line it with parchment paper, greaseproof paper. I've preheated my oven to 170 degrees. So now we're going to start mixing the cake. I've got 3 large eggs. And 3/4 cup of sugar, which is the normal sugar. And we're going to whisk this until it's light and creamy. Okay, I've whisked this for about 2 minutes. You can see it's light, creamy, and pale in color. So this is the texture you want. So now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of oil. It's a very economical recipe. You hardly use any oil. And just a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Just mix it through. Okay, so I've got a 1/4 cup of boiling water, hot water here. In the hot water, I'm going to mix 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So you want to dissolve the cocoa, because you don't want any lumps in your batter. Just give it a quick mix, sort of like a paste now. So we'll add this into the egg mixture. Just give this a quick mix with a mixer. So now we're going to sift in 1 cup of self-raising flour and 3 teaspoons baking powder. This makes a light and fluffy sponge. That's the way you want your Swiss roll, as you're going to roll it up. And this cakes keep well for a few days, at least 2 days. But I can assure you it's not going to last that long. So we just sift in the flour. You don't want any lumps in the flour or in the batter. And just give it another quick whisk. So I'm just giving it a quick whisk just to combine. You can see most of the flour has been incorporated. So I'm just using a spatula just to lightly fold in the rest of the remaining flour that's not mixed through. If you want it light and airy, this is the consistency you want it. So all it's left to do is pour it into the baking tray. So as I've said, I've got greaseproof paper here. The one I'm using, it's no need to grease. So I've just poured it into the baking tray on top of the parchment paper, and now I'm gonna spread it out. I'm gonna spread it out evenly. So this is the way it looks now. Just knock it a couple of times, and now it's gonna bake for about 10 minutes at 170 degrees. Okay, so while the cake is baking, we're just going to prepare our parchment paper to roll the Swiss roll up in while it's cooling. It's got a piece of parchment paper that's the length of the cake, and what I'm going to do is just take a couple of teaspoons or tablespoon of cocoa powder and dust the parchment paper. This is to prevent the sponge from sticking. It will give a lovely finish to the cake as well, to the Swiss roll. The cake is baked lovely. I'm just inserting a toothpick to see if it's baked. If it comes out clean, your cake is baked. And I'm just going to tip it over onto the parchment paper, and just be careful, it's very warm. Remove this top layer of parchment paper. Soft and fluffy. And we're going to roll it up now. So turn it around and just roll it gently with the paper in between. So you're going to leave this to cool down about 30 minutes or longer until it's completely cold, and then we're going to finish it off.